I'm Dinemos, and today I have a guest, and Pauline tumekawia sana kupost, but ni hali ya maisha. We had some difficulties ndogo ndogo. And leo niko na guest ni farm technician. Acha jintroduce atuambie nani.
Okay, thank
Unadili na nini? Topic ya leo ni more important. Welcome sir.
Oh, thank you very much for the opportunity. Onoka Edwin Owo by name and farm tech by profession. And today I was invited as a guest to the show to talk about a topic that in general view in the community it is an issue because of the perception that people have around it. It is all about contraception.
And tell us what are contraceptives? Tunaweza sema kichenye watu pia waelewi nini?
Very true. I think the general knowledge outside there, people know contraception to be against conceiving. Generally, it is that simple. Something against conception. So there are various types that we'll cover in our topic today. Yeah.
And pia kuna hii term contraceptives, contraception. Kuna difference ama?
Well, contraceptives are the medications.
Okay.
Contraception is the method now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Na hizo sasa types of contraceptions. Let me say contraceptions.
Well, generally contraceptives are divided into two major types.
Okay.
We have hormonal and non-hormonal.
Okay.
If we want to cover hormonal, so hormonal we have the emergency pill. I know most ladies outside here know about emergency pills. Even so, we have the emergency pill, we have the daily pills, we have the 3 months injection, we have the 5 years implant, and we also have the patch.
Kuna 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years implant.
As in kama umetumia uzai for 5 years?
For sure.
Yeah.
And if we go to the other side of non-hormonal, non-hormonal are the barrier contraceptions, which are the condoms. And the condoms are generally divided into two. We have the male condoms and the female condoms. Then we have the IUCD coil. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Other methods that for some people they are not aware of, which are non-hormonal, are things like withdrawal methods.
Okay.
It has its own risk, by the way.
Can you explain to us withdrawal method? Because I prefer that.
Okay. Before I come to that, we have the withdrawal methods, and also another contraception of which the ladies who are breastfeeding might be aware of it. During breastfeeding, for the first 3 months, somehow it can also act like a contraception, because at that particular time the hormones are not that well balanced, and I think we all know that for one to conceive, the hormones must be at par.
Na nikuulize,
yeah,
so baby ana breastfeed, sindo? Haiwezi affect the milk content?
What do you mean by milk content?
As in milk affected? As in, si unajua hizo ma chemicals. Chemicals.
Which
chemicals? As in hizo madawa, sindo, si kuna dawa zenye alifaa umeze sasa.
But you see, I said,
I know that. But
breastfeeding is also one of the methods of non-hormonal contraception. I didn't say that a lady who is breastfeeding is on a contraceptive. I'm saying that when a lady is breastfeeding, there are chances that, though the chances are 50-50, that during that time, it is not that sure for a lady
Mm-hmm.
to conceive during
Okay.
breastfeeding, especially the first 3 months, because by then the hormones are not well balanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is so many that there are some natural methods of contraception, sindo?
Yeah.
Can you classify your breastfeeding kama natural?
Yeah, that is one of the natural.
Uh,
But for me, I classify them under non-hormonal.
mm,
Yeah, because there is no any other
mm,
external hormonal being introduced to the body.
mm.
Yeah.
Na kwa hii contraception
Mm.
pia kuna hizi za emergency, si ndio?
Yeah, which are hormonal.
Hormonal, yeah.
Yeah.
Kama P2.
Yes.
Can you explain to us when to use P2 etc. and its pros and cons?
Okay.
Mm.
Well, for emergency pill,
Mm-hmm.
better known to some people as morning after, some people generally call them P2 because the original brand of the emergency pill is Postino 2.
Oh,
So doctors outside here encourage ladies or advise ladies to be using the emergency pill at least after an intervals of 4 months interval period. So for example, in a whole year we have 12 months. If one has to use emergency pill, then they should do it in 3 times. Because as we all know, emergency is not something that occurs every now and then. It is a rare occurrence. But it is unfortunate that some people have the emergency pill. Some people take the emergency pills every now and then, of which it is detrimental to their general health.
You said mambo ya withdrawal, si ndio?
Yeah.
Withdrawal pia ushindikana. And unapata kaa nini ndani, si ndio?
Mark, I said it is a risk.
Yeah, it is a risk.
Yeah.
That's why nimesema that unaweza pata kaa umeingiza ndani, si ndio? Si
Yeah.
leo amemeza.
Yeah.
Then next week
amemeza nini?
Amemeza P2.
Ndio.
And then next week tena umeingiza, so tena umejua uwezi prevent, of which hiyo P2 hufanya kazi 72 hours before 72 hours ishe after kuingiza. You know what I mean?
Conception happen after 72 hours.
Yeah. After 72 hours. Si sasa ile ingine tumia ukiingiza in the next 4 days itabidi amazing, of which ni risky, si ndio?
True.
And what are the cons kuzitumia?
Well, the cons are the
advantages and disadvantages, so negative and positive sides.
Well, for the advantage side of it is that one is trying as much as possible to prevent unwanted pregnancy. Yeah, that is the major advantage. Well, for the disadvantages, if one misuses, you see, there is this perception that since you can afford a medication, or since a medication is available in the market, you feel like you can take it at any given time, of which is a very wrong thing. Medications have their own rules and they have their own specific way of taking them. So if one has to take the emergency pill, like I said, and emergency cases are rare occurrence, they don't happen every now and then.
That's what they are called emergency.
Yeah, so hii maisha ni kujipanga anyway. So if one is in an active relationship, I'll encourage them to either go for the other hormonal methods, or one can use the non-hormonal methods, of which the one which is more readily available are the protections, the condoms.
Okay. Okay. Nakuelewa hapo, lakini hakuna chansi. Na pia ulikuwa umeguzia mambo ya family plan si. Tunaweza tuchambulia kiasi au family plan works. Juu unaweza kuwa na dem na ameweka na usijua.
So kwanza
family plan, is it a general term ama mtu yule amkuru?
Well, family plan is a brand.
Is a brand?
Yeah. It is a brand of one of the daily pills. Of course, there are other brands like Microgynon, yeah, and others many more. The government used to produce one called My Choice, in Swahili chaguo langu.
Na hizi vitu ziko na jina funny funny. My Choice. Jonas Kiss.
Why are the names
My Choice? Why is it My Choice? Oh, only funny.
How is that amusing? Anyway, back to the question.
Yeah.
Well, the daily pills, which are like for example the Femiplan from PS Kenya, which is the most common brand outside here. Well, one is encouraged to take them on daily basis, as in a pill per day, and it depends on what particular time one has to start them. I'll encourage ladies who want to settle on daily pills to be starting them immediately after they have done with their menses. Okay. Yeah, the ones you call periods. After your period, let's say for example in a calendar cycle of 28 days, for example, let us just pick a random date. Maybe you are starting your menses on 4th, 10th to probably 7, 3 days period. So you should start taking your daily pills on 8th. Yeah, so that it can mimic your normal cycle.
And unaitake for how long?
Well, daily pills are taken daily,
365 days.
Daily basis.
What if uko long distance relationship? Sasa
well,
tumekutana leo for a week, si ndio?
Yeah.
Alafu pia umesema unataka kuanza kuitake, si ndio? Vile umesema after menses. Si tumekutana mimi na demu wangu, si wewe. Tumekutana na demu wangu, si ndio? So si sasa ashaanza nini, amekuja for 1 week. Give me example. Then I enter. Do you prefer that method ama akishaenda anaachana na hizo pills? Well, ameshaenda, si ndio? Ameshaenda, tumefanya akazimeza for 1 week vile alikuwa hapa na amerudi.
Well, Amos, the choice of a method depends with an individual, because you see, medication, the tolerance to medications also varies with the individual. There are those who will settle for the daily pills because they can tolerate them. There are those who can settle for the 5 years implant for various reasons, and there are those who can settle for the 3 months emergency. No, 3 months injection for their own various reasons. And well, for your question about when someone is supposed to take, I believe that if you are in an active relationship, you should sit down with your partner, discuss about a method that is more tolerant to you. 1, more tolerant, 2, that is available, and 3, that is affordable. Yeah, the one that both of you are okay with it. Because the problem is that some ladies tend to do these things secretively, without informing the other partner. But I'll encourage ladies outside here that it is noble to engage your partner on this, so that you can both of you settle for a good choice.
And before nikuita nilikuwa nimefanya extensive research, ndio?
Okay.
Kuhusu kumeza hizi vitu. And pia nimeona that in affect menses period. Hizo how can I inafusumeelewa? Yeah. Juu mtu anakuwa regular, then sana anajipata kwa irregular. Is that common?
Well, whatever you are talking about are known as side effects of medication. And still, with the tolerance, by the way, tolerance is how your body responds to a particular medication. So if your body responds to a particular medication well, that you get the intended result, then we can say that your body is tolerating the medication. If vice versa, then we'll say that your body is not tolerating the medication. Well, the side effect, as we can talk about, varies with individuals. Yeah, because you can find that there are those common side effects for the hormonal contraceptive, which are dizziness to some people, headache, nausea, some people end up vomiting, general body weakness to some, but not to all. On the change of menses, on the change of menses, well, we have regular menses and then irregular. If your body tolerates some of these hormonal contraceptive methods, then if you had a regular menses, a regular cycle, it will still mimic the same cycle. That is why it is okay to do it at the right time, to start doing the contraceptive method at the right time, and taking them the right way, and going for the right choice of the method. Yeah. So for the generally you'll find that the contraception, what they do, the hormonal contraception, they somehow tend to bring about imbalance in hormones. So when the hormone is not balanced, generally the progesterone and the estrogen is not balanced, then the body starts behaving funny. So one will get maybe like excessive menses for a period of time. Maybe others will get for a short period of time, and others end up not even receiving their menses for a whole month or for a period of time. Yeah.
What are some of the common misconceptions and myths kuhusu contraception? Nimesikia watu wanasema hata penye unauza, si ndio?
Ndio.
Watu husema nini kuzihusu after hata recommend mtu that can you use this one, can you use this one?
Well, there are various misconceptions because Africans are Africa, and Africa is our business. So there are those who think that the contraception, they involve both their belief and the religion on this. Because I understand that those churches...
You can just say the name.
No, I won't mention any name. So, because if you mention some names, then they will deem you as judging them. So there are some churches with their religion and belief that the contraceptive methods are somehow something that a technology that has come just to destroy the human nature.
They consider it immoral.
Somehow. Well, that belief to some people, and generally the lack of proper knowledge. Because most ladies, you find they'll come to my place, I've witnessed some come to the place, and they have already a misconceived knowledge about a contraception, of which they will insist on that. Unless now you take your time to explain for them everything, is when you can now... some of my clients come to my place to either buy with already informed decision
about existing knowledge
about the contraceptive method they would like to use, while others come, they are, what will we say, not green, but ignorant about the information concerning the contraceptives. So normally I take my time to explain to them, and I've seen some getting convinced and settling for some of the methods. Well, the major misconception outside here is that some people think that if you use the hormonal contraceptive methods, then it might lead to childlessness, or someone can barrenness, no longer conceive. of which is wrong. I would like to tell people here that the use of medication should be one, you should use the right method of medication, and two, use it the right way. Because if you abuse any kind of medication, regardless whether it is a contraceptive, an antibiotic, generally there are consequences that might end up affecting your general health.
Okay, let me be personal kidogo. Which method do you prefer?
For me, normally I prefer, for those couples that are married, I normally encourage them to use the daily pills.
Okay.
Yeah, for one particular reason that the use of daily pills, one, it is very convenient in that you have just to take a pill a day. Then if anything as a side effect crop in that you cannot tolerate, you simply withdraw from taking. As opposed to the 3 months injection where you'll have to wait for the 3 months period to expire. The 5 years implant, you will either wait for the 5 years to expire or you go back.
You can't induce it.
How now? It is an injection.
Oh.
Yeah.
This other one, kunini.
Now the implant, as I was saying, you can either wait for the 5 years to expire, or you can go back to the clinic or the facility. Then they'll do a minor surgery and remove them for you.
Minor surgery,
it is just a local surgery, not a big deal.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
And vile saa mlifunza ukienda shule, si ndio?
Ndio.
Obviously mnafunza kuhusu confidentiality and consent, si ndio?
Yeah.
Ni kama gani ulifunzwa juu? Sincerely mimi nishaikaa na wewe. Nishasoma some, but you have to tell us. Can you tell us ni gani na gani na gani ni kama ushauzia mtu contraceptives na for maintain as in back between you and the customer. Conditions as in how is it always?
Well, that is a general knowledge outside here, that anything to do with health, the patient information is always confidential. Yeah. So whatever client will tell me, whatever we have discussed, however big the issue is, it remains between me and him or her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing, there's nothing like age restrictions in using contraceptives.
Well,
as long as mtu si mtoto below 18 years.
There is age restriction. One, contraception are encouraged to be used for both male or women of childbearing age.
Okay.
So you cannot give a lady who is on a menopause contraceptive. Why?
Okay.
Because she is no longer in a state of conceiving.
Okay.
Now you cannot give a child contraceptives. So for women of childbearing age, only.
Okay. Yeah. And thanks for coming. Na hata before tumalize vasectomy. Vasectomy ya wanaume. It's a method,
yeah, it is a method, but an advanced method.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It is a procedure, by the way, done by professionals.
Okay.
Yeah, in a facility, not anywhere. And an individual has to decide. It is a decision that an individual has to make on his own.
Inakaa chungu lakini thanks for coming. Inakaa chungu. Kata na kisu ni ngumu. This summarize the show. Unaweza tuambia tunaweza kupata wapi? Location, jina ya show.
Okay. Yeah. Currently I'm located and I work in Lakisama.
Okay.
Yeah, there is just a shop, a chemist past Mwalimu Plaza, like
it is
15 meters from Mwalimu Plaza. And the shop name is Edwin Chemist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming. Tutaweka contact yako hapa chini kwa description.
Okay.
And mkitaka kumfikia for more consultation, mtamcontact. And thank you Edwin for coming. I appreciate
Thank you.